We're back. We're with Cynthia Chase. She is the past president of the Country Lane Garden Club and also an avid gardener. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I'm here to talk about the club a little bit, but mainly about the plant sale, which is coming up next Saturday. It's at the Unitarian Church, First Parish, right in the center. Opens at 8:30 this Saturday, May 19th.
Awesome.
The plants for sale are all from the members' garden, and so they've stood a New England climate and usually are very well-established plants that will thrive in your garden because you share the climate that we have. There are a number of interesting popular plants. There are small tomatoes in hanging baskets. There are scented geraniums of a number of different scents that are very, very popular. But most of it is perennials that people have had in their yards. I know this morning, and I was finishing up my digging up from my yard, and I have tall pink phlox. They're 18 to 24 inches, hostas that have been there for a while that I now can split and share. Rose sedums that are nice succulents that turn, have sort of a rose-colored flower, succulent type flower in the fall. And a number of ferns that I can share. But each member has different things, and there's really a large variety. It's a very popular sale. There are, I'm happy to say, a lot of loyal followers who wait at the door for us to open the door. And even I joined the club, actually. It must have been 10 or 12 years ago I first went to that sale. And I really didn't know about the garden club. I walked in and I was just really impressed, not by, it wasn't bright with flowers and whatever, because these are perennials, so a lot of them are just, the foliage is nice and the flowers will come, but this is only May, so it's but I was just so impressed with how healthy and what a big variety of plants there were, and the members are there and they'll talk about their plants or answer your questions. I was just very impressed by the members of the club. They were friendly, down to earth, if you forgive the pun. And from then on, I actually asked to join, and I've been very involved in the club since then. We have two new features this year. One is a sort of treasure trove, where we're going to have for sale garden tools, ornaments, books, sort of garden-related things. So if people are interested in something unusual, maybe, not expensive, we're all happy to sort of move on some of our stuff. And the other thing is we're going to have air plants as well as the other kinds of plants. These are very easy plants, and most people may know about them. They thrive in Mexico and southeastern US. They require no soil at all. So you often see them hanging in a glass globe or whatever in the window. Or some people actually display them in seashells, which we're going to do some of on Saturday. So those are very popular. For kids as well as adults, it's just a very easy kind of thing. You just stick it in water once a week, give it a little shower or a bath, put it back where it was, and that's it. It will last for a very long time. So we're hoping to have quite an interesting display of those as well. What else did I want to mention?
Can I ask you a quick question about
Sure,
that? Was
sure.
that spun off as a result of a member within the garden club that had been dealing with a lot of these plants?
Right, had been. We have a number of things like that. We have one member who's a real begonia expert, Mary Beth Hayes. We have another woman who's a amaryllis expert, really. She has even some species that are almost named after her. And so there will be some bulbs and different things. And members will be there to discuss either their specialties or what they brought or whatever.
Now, I know that there's a number of garden clubs in town.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a great thing, and we've had several of the other ones on.
Yeah.
How many members do you have in your garden club?
At the moment, we have about 25, and we're always welcoming to new members, men as well as women. At the sale on Saturday, there'll be information, and we often ask people if they're interested in joining. We're absolutely welcome. We meet once a month. We meet in the evening, usually on a Monday, sometimes on a Wednesday, and have a variety of programs about gardening, about flower arranging, about trees, shrubs, bees and your garden, birds and your garden. Just have a variety of programs every year. And it's really a very, very nice group of people, and I've learned a lot already.
Now, do you switch locations to different people's houses, check out their gardens?
We
that
have
they
some, yes, we have some social things at people's houses. We also meet at different places around town, public, the library, police station, et cetera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How long does a typical meeting last?
Usually starts at 7 with some bit of a social hour, a little few refreshments, and there's the lecture or the program or whatever is going to happen is from 7:30 to 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, have you always been interested in gardening? And
Well, I think since I've owned a house, which now is a long time, for me, it's my exercise. I'm not one of the most adept gardeners in the club. There are master gardeners in the club. There are beginners. I'm somewhere in the middle. And I think everybody's sort of comfortable learning what they can learn. For me, it's like going to the gym. I think I've lost a few pounds in the last couple of weeks just because I'm out the door, like a kid, actually, happy to play in the yard and fix things up and move around.
Well, it is hard work, and even just getting things to a baseline can be challenging in their own right.
Exactly. The lawn, trim the shrubs. Right.
Yeah, I've spent this year just because of all the storm damage, and I'm sure you've dealt with it too. It's just trying to get all the sticks and the branches and everything that have fallen.
Some big ones. Yeah.
And then if you're in my backyard, you've got a whole host of vines that just like to try to overtake everything within the yard. So
yes, we talk about those too.
So the garden sale, is it to benefit anything, or is it to?
It keeps our programs going.
Okay.
But not just the programs that keep us learning and entertained, but also the things that we do in town. We're in charge. There's a member who designed the garden at the library, which is designed as an historic garden, including plants that were available and native at the point where the library was established in the mid-1800s.
Oh, wow.
And that garden has won awards from national organizations and state organizations for its design. So we're in charge of keeping that up. In addition to that, we run flower arranging workshops at the senior center twice a year, and we get involved in other kinds of gardening projects. People approach us saying, would you please help with something that's new, starting up.
So if people are interested in joining, probably the best way to do it would be go to this.
Right, or you can
sale.
go, we have a website on Facebook, there's a page. There's also our own website. But Saturday would be a great time to sign up, and we'd be happy to chat and get in touch with you later.
So what time does the actual sale start?
It starts at 8:30,
Okay.
and it usually goes till 12. Things get a little thin, usually, by the end of the morning, so I would suggest you come early. I forgot to mention some of the other things. We actually have a great selection of peonies. The Sunny Meadows Garden was willing again to let us dig some of the peonies. And so we have shrubs, maybe some hydrangeas, iris, all kinds of different plants.
Now, I assume you have them all potted, or?
They're potted, and they're
Okay.
ready to go right in your garden.
So you just dig a hole, stick them in, and hope they root?
And we'll be happy to give you some advice if you're feeling a little concerned about sun or shade or whatever. It's going to be there on the label.
Does Phil Jones ever provide any support on soils and things of that nature?
Sometimes he does, yeah. Phil
Yeah.
Stanway, too, has been very, very nice about
Yeah.
letting us dig.
Yeah, they're both
They're terrific.
super great.
Yeah.
All right, any other key elements to the garden club that you'd like to add?
No, great group of people. We'd be happy to meet you on Saturday, talk about plants, a lot of enthusiasm. And as our last, we're going to give you a gift certificate.
Wow.
Come to the sale and pick a plant for free, just for being nice to the club and supportive of getting the news out to the community.
Well, my timing is excellent because I am now redoing all of the shrubs in the front of my house, so I can
I'm gonna
start.
pick a
I'll
new
start
one.
with this one. This will be the start of it all, and I will always say that the Country Lane Garden Club was the start of my new shrubbery. So
That's a deal.
well, I really appreciate you coming on. We hope
Thank
everybody
you.
gets a chance to get out there. It sounds like you'll have
Thank
some
you.
excellent plant selections.
It's spring, finally.
Spring has sprung.
Yeah. Thank you.